welcome to Homestead Corner. I'm Ginny, and today I wanted to go over my most used herbal books. So today I thought I would share some of my most used herbal books. These are my go-tos, the ones I grab all the time. I have been working with herbs for decades, literally. I really love herbs. I think they're wonderful. There is so much that you can do with them. And when you cannot get medications that you need, you can make your own medicine, which is absolutely amazing. But there is so much information out there, and herbalism is so vast. I don't think anybody could ever remember everything. So there are lots and lots of books out there, and I have tons of books because I really think it is so important to have hard copies of everything that you use on a regular basis. And a lot of the stuff you find on the internet isn't always all that great. So having hard copy books is super important. So I just picked out a couple of books here because these are the ones that I use the absolute most. When I'm not sure of something, or I can't remember something, or if someone calls me and they need help with something and I am not something I do all the time, if it's, we don't remember those things. So the books are wonderful, so you can dig in and find something to help them. Or if you have something new come up for yourself. So today we're just going to go over my most used herbal books because I have lots. But these are the ones that are always, these are my go-tos. Let's see, the first one here, and these are in no particular order. I think every book has a wonderful nugget of information, even if they all are basically the same, because a lot of books have just a little bit something different in there, and you can find something wonderful. And so the first one is The Modern Herbal Dispensatory. I really love this book. It has so much information in it. It doesn't really have a whole lot of pictures. There are a few here and there. It's got some stuff in there, but most of it is, just your writing. But I do love that it has your dosage forms, how to use the herbs. There's all kinds of great information in here. There are some recipes in here, but a lot of it is talking about the herbs, what they're used for, how to use them, how much to use of them, and that is really important stuff. So this is one of them, and all of these books will be linked in the description as long as I can find them. All the ones I can find online, I will link in the description for you so you can figure out which books you want to get. Some of these books are quite costly, close to $50, but I personally believe they are definitely worth it. And the next one, and this is one I use a lot because I am a huge tea fan. And making an infusion is so quick and easy. You can do it in about 10 minutes. Just grab your herbs, boil your water, steep, and you've got medicinal tea, which is great. So this is the Good Living Guide to Medicinal Tea. And this one has a bunch of tea recipes in it, which is awesome. And it gives you alternatives that you can use in there. So if you're allergic to something or you don't have something, because there are a lot of herbs out there. And so we go with like select herbs that we use all the time. That's what we keep in the house. So making sure, and this one you're going to see in almost every herb book is right here. They tell you parts. They do not give exact measurements of anything. It's 1 part of this, 2 parts of this, 1 part of that. And that is because when you are making a small tea, you can use a teaspoon or half teaspoon to measure out your parts. You could also make the same recipe in bulk with a cup. So you're still going to use 1 part, 2 part, 1 part, however the recipe is set up. So that's going to give you the same ratios whether you're doing it for a single tea or if you're making a huge batch of something. So I really love that. And this just has tons of, I think it's 50 different recipes in here. It says, yeah, 50 ways to brew the cure for what ails you. And these recipes are really good. I really like those. There's just so much in here: fatigue, tummy trouble, aches and pains, inflammation, just so much. This is another great one, and this one was pretty affordable. This was only $15. It is hardcover, but a great book, definitely. And then this one has beautiful pictures in it, and I love that. Medicinal Plants at Home. This is another one we use a lot of. It teaches you how to make rose water. It has a lot of food in it as well. Like here, it has blueberries, because food is medicine also. God put this stuff here to help us, so we need to use that to take care of ourselves. And I totally look at it that way. But there is, you know, so many different things. Rosemary for baldness. It helps strengthen your hair. It helps it grow. There's just so much. Showing off your skin. They have all different kinds of skincare stuff in here. Lots and lots of stuff. So this is another one of those books that I reach for a lot when we are having an issue. I will grab it and figure out how we're going to fix this. And a lot of it is trial and error. Sometimes you're not really sure what is going to fix it exactly, and that's okay, because you can try a bunch of different things, because what works for me may not work for you. And I think it's really important to, when you learn about these herbs and all the different things that you can use, it's really important to remember that you can substitute for other things that may work better for you. And that is the most important thing, is looking at what's going to work the best for you. So the next thing I really liked was the Prepper's Natural Medicine. This is another great book. It's got tons of information in here, all different herbs, again, tons of different things. And it doesn't really have any pictures in it or anything, but I like pretty pictures, but you know, they're not that important unless you're trying to figure out an herb, how to find it. So if you're not familiar with feverfew, it's, you know, it's nice to see a picture of the herb, because you can tell the feverfew really looks, the flower looks like a chamomile, but it's got a different leaf pattern, it grows differently, and it does totally different things. So that is important to know. This is a great one for quick, easy herbal medicines as well. The Prepper's Natural Medicine. And then this next one is by Rosemary Gladstar. She's an amazing herbalist, and it is Herbal Recipes for Vibrant Health. I love this book. I've had it for years. It's a little pricey, but that's okay. Loaded with information, recipes. It shows you right how to make everything, how much lime to use, how much flowers to use, different, you know, all different sorts of stuff. Another really great book. These books they go pretty wide range, with medicinal oils that you can make, tinctures you can make, and each one is a little bit different and has a little bit different information. But you know, the more books you have, the better on herbs. I can tell you that, because you're going to go, once you really start using them and figuring out what works best for you, there's really a wide variety. So you start picking a little from here, a little from there, and that honestly is the best way to go. The next one, this is a newer book that I have gotten, and I really like this one, and it's Ancient Remedies Revived. This one is loaded with great information. It tells you all about the herbs and everything. It has lots of great recipes in the back. It talks about your synergies in here, what kind of herbs are going to work with the herb that you're looking at, so you can really mix things up and make it more powerful and potent for you. Because a lot of times a single herb isn't quite enough, but when you mix another herb with it, those two together are a powerhouse, which is great. Sometimes we do 3, 4, 5 different herbs, depending on what we're going for. It really can go wild. And this one's got some great pictures in it, so you can see the herb and identify them. And I think that's important. Down here we've got, you know, it shows leaf patterns and things like that, the flowers, the leaves. Those are all super important to know, because, you know, a lot of people may get confused between poisonous hemlock and wild carrots. They look, the flower looks pretty similar, but the leaves are way different. So that's one of those things that you want to look out for. Leaves, flowers, pretty different. And definitely one can kill you and one can help you. So you want to be very careful when you're foraging. Make sure that you know exactly what it is and how you're going to use it before you go grabbing up those things. They can be even poisonous to the touch, some plants. So you want to be careful with that. But this is another great one. Ancient Remedies Revived. Love that. I love all kinds of home remedies. I use some that my grandma did for us. I use some out of books. I have concocted my own things that work better for me than what I found in the books. So, and I've taken classes too. It's not just books. There are tons of herbal schools out there, and I've literally been learning for decades, and I'm still learning. I don't think you can know all of it. There's just so much. And the last book that I have here, this is another new book to me, but I absolutely love it. My mother ordered one of these, and I just had to get one, so I had it all the time to refer to. And that's The Holistic Guide to Wellness by Nicola Pella. She is another wonderful herbalist. This is just loaded with information. Not a lot of pictures. There are some. There's some graphs. There are just, she talks about different parts of your health and things like that, your metabolic health, different ways to go about it, because a lot of times if you're having an issue with something, it's something internal that's causing it, like eczema. Eczema is one of those things, and I have eczema, but it's one of those things that the doctor tells you, oh, it's a skin disorder, here, put this cream on it. And the cream never fixes it or anything like that. But figuring out what is actually causing it inside you is going to help you actually cure that. So that's one thing we're just working on, you know, and none of it is overnight success. I will tell you that. And different things work for different people. So try stuff. Research any herbs before you take them. A lot of herbs can be dangerous if you're pregnant. One herb that I wasn't aware of, one that I use a lot of, which is red clover. I was talking to one of my friends the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and she mentioned that red clover is not good for cancer patients. And she learned this because she's a cancer patient. But she currently has cancer, but I was not aware of that at all. And you would never want to recommend that to someone that has cancer. So making sure that you're learning the different things, what parts of it can be dangerous. A lot of the herbs will be listed. Don't use if you're pregnant, you know, use caution if you have cancer, any different types of problems that you may have, you may not be able to use the herbs. So opening up to a wide variety of herbs is really important. But again, this is an excellent book. It talks about food, herbs, all sorts of stuff. There is so much great things. Like this is the pain protocol, and it really goes down through vitamins, minerals, your diet, everything that you're eating and doing affects your body. So that is a great book from Nicola Pella. I love this. And I definitely recommend, if you can take a class with a local herbalist, I think that is a great way to go. Hands-on always works really well for me. There are a lot of online courses. You can spend thousands of dollars on classes, depending on what you're looking for. Nicola Pella actually has a class, Ancient Lost Remedies, and I took that class, and I highly recommend that class for someone that doesn't know what they're doing. It is packed with information, just loaded with information. It is you get a certificate, you're a certified herbalist at the end, but you know, there's a lot more to learn than that class. But that class is excellent, and if you're brand new and you're looking for something that you can take online at your leisure, I think it's, for the price of it and the amount of information that you get, I think it's definitely worth what it costs. It's a great value. And that's it for herbal books. I think there are millions of books out there, and I have lots of books, but these are the ones that I go to the most to help us with different things that are going on in our lives. We want to, work on pain, inflammation, skin, anything like that. Any of these books are going to work, but they all have a little bit different information and can be extremely helpful. So picking a book that you think is going to work best for you, like I really love teas, so I love the tea book. I think that's great. It's a quick way to get your medicine in you, whereas, it's a little more work to make a salve, and if you're making infused oils or tinctures, then a lot of times you're going to be waiting 6 to 8 weeks for those to be ready, whereas a tea, 10 minutes, and you're getting it in your system. So that is wonderful. So over the next couple of weeks, I will be going over how to make a tincture, how to make an infused oil, how to use them to make salves, how to take them, different things that we can do. And I think having some books for more issues that you may have is definitely important. But I will go over those things, and they are going to be free for you to learn, which I think is so important. With everything going on in this world, we really need to know how to take care of ourselves, and herbs can be a wonderful addition to any of our preps. Those skills, those are what's going to save you in the long run. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!